Hey guys, um, I'm not sure if I want to edit this video with anything that I've done today. I probably won't. Some of the stuff I've done today might appear in a future video. Um, Not today, this week. But I don't have a whole lot of stuff of me. I didn't take photos and videos of me, just of my surroundings. So I don't know that I really want to do that. I might talk about this stuff later on in other videos and edit that together. But like, I went shooting with my friend David today, and I took video of David shooting shit, just to be like, no one really took video or picture of me, so I don't want to use video or picture of David, right? You know, he a homie, but like, this is the Mikey show. This is the Mikey channel, so keep it Mikey. But I wanted to talk about everything that's going on. So, um, let's see where to start. I've had 4 days off from work, and I've just kind of been living life to the fullest, you know, with everything that's been going on, with everything I've been through. There's a lot of shit I've been dealing with that I've hinted at in previous videos. Um, there's a lot of shit going on that I haven't really talked about. There's a lot of shit that I have talked about, but at a surface level. But I've been dealing with a lot. And so I had these 4 days, and instead of sitting on the couch and saying, instead of sitting on the couch and being like, oh man, you know, I can't say what I was about to say. But dealing with the shit that I've been dealing with, like, oh man, my life's, I can't just sit on the couch going, oh man, my life sucks. You know? So, where to start? Uh, let's see. This was started Tuesday. What did I do Tuesday? Tuesday, hung out with Malik, and we played this game called Monstrum. We that wasn't Tuesday. Doesn't matter what day it is. I'll just list everything we did. So we played this game called Monstrum, and it was pretty fucking dope. You could tell it was an indie game. You could tell it wasn't something that you're gonna be spending $60 on. Or God, the new standard might be $80. Fucking thank you, Nintendo. Um, this is not something you're gonna be spending $80 on. I don't know how much you got it for. I'd probably pay like $10, $15 for it, personally. I really wasn't vibing with it too much, but we were having a good time, so I just let the good times keep rolling. Um, this would have been, hold up, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I was working Tuesday. I must have been working Tuesday. That's right, I was working Tuesday. So this was Wednesday. So we're playing. Sorry. Itchy nose. So we're playing. So Wednesday, we're playing fucking Monstrum. We were doing something else too. How did I come to be in that situation? I can't quite remember. Man, I've been living it life so good last couple of days. So Wednesday, and then I finally, I'm finally working on closing a certain chapter. So I went to go make the first steps. After we got done playing video games, I went and took the first steps to closing this chapter. I had a talk with someone, and it was just like, this is a sucky situation we're in, but maybe, I'll talk about this in another video, so I'm not stressing. I don't want to say it too much, but this is goodbye for a while, I wish this person the best, even if it's not with me, which kind of stings, because I think it could be. I think the best could be. I think I could be the best for this person, and I think this person is the best for me. Maybe I'm wrong. But that was a tough conversation to have. And then we went to hang out at the gym. And then Thursday, So Thursday. Okay, so Thursday was great. Thursday was a lot better. Thursday, hang out with Luke again. We're playing Call of Duty, Black Ops 3. Shit was great. Then we went to this place called Pixel Palace in Round Rock. And I don't know, I guess their social media person was taking pictures of the place to put on their social media. And she kept taking photos of us. So I keep stalking the pages and seeing like, hey, when's my photo getting put up there? I don't know. I'll make another video, and we'll show like the highlights of the week and everything. And then I'll edit those photos on here whenever they come up. But I got all that shit, and Pixel Palace was so fucking fun. Me and Malik had a couple drinks. I had something on their menu called the Exploding Asteroids. Got Pop Rocks on the side of it. It was pretty cool. And then I had like a mocktail, which I did not care for. That one was kind of nasty, and the Red Bull, the energy drink that they had with it, made the alcohol kick my ass even more. Shit was crazy. So even though that was non-alcoholic, that was making the alcohol that I already had much worse. And then we just played some fucking video games. I don't think we really saw anything through. We just kind of walked, had a time. And then Friday, so I'm hanging out with this person again. We said goodbye for a while, right? But I'm doing her family a favor in July, so I'm gonna see her again anyways. The way I kind of have it in my head is our friendship has an expiration date. We can be friends until this date. Everyone I talk to is like, man, that's fucking stupid, and maybe it is. Maybe I'm still on that copium about this whole thing. But we both agreed that this was great, and it worked. Friday, I had a good fucking time on Friday. We hung out for a little while. I got a little drunk. She had quite a few drinks. I'm sure she was kind of feeling it. And then we just played some video games, and we played the X-Men arcade game from start to finish, and that was so cool. That was so fun. I hadn't played that game in forever. It used to be on Xbox Live, and then they took it down. And I was just really feeling it, and I was having so much fun. And then we just kind of had a one-on-one talk about a lot of stuff that's been bothering us. Some of it circled back to the relationship. Some of it circled back to just being lost and without purpose. It was a productive conversation, I think. I could be wrong. She never told me to shut up, though, so I kept talking. And I heard her out, too. There was some stuff she had to say, and I was like, yeah, okay. It was a little weird when I left, though. I'm trying not to think too much into that, but it was a little weird when I was leaving. Anyways, today I didn't really do much. Oh, I forgot to mention before I hung out with her, I was at Chewy's having lunch with one of my cousins and my uncle and my aunt. That was super cool. That was super productive. That was super beneficial to my mental state. Because I've decided I'm just not happy by myself. That life sucks. And I started talking to a therapist too. That's another thing I should have fucking mentioned. That started Friday morning. I haven't had a session yet, but we're getting there. I think Tuesday. Today's Saturday. So it was super cool to get to, I don't know, I just keep talking to more and more people about my situation. It helps, and that's what I'm doing here. That's what I'm trying to do here. This is like therapy for me until I actually get therapy. And it was just super cool being able to talk to my uncle, because I don't get to talk to him too often, but he had a lot more jokes, but it was super helpful. I felt like he was listening, and in a way that I don't really get too often. So I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool, that's nice. And we kind of traded shit back and forth. And in the end, he was just like, do whatever your heart wants you to do. And I know what my heart wants, but it's not up to my heart, you know? And eventually my heart might want something else, so. But right now, got to figure out how to deal with this not being in a relationship thing. This being single thing fucking sucks. It's ass. So, yeah. Don't know how to be happy by myself, and I'm just not happy. But I've been happy the last 4 days, but I haven't been by myself. I've been constantly keeping the company of friends. So maybe next time I get a vacation like this, I should just take some time to be by myself. All the while this is going on, I simultaneously started Resident Evil 0, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Final Fantasy 1, and Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is my shit, bro. Like, but simultaneously started playthroughs of all these games that I'm going to see through completion. And I swear to God, I completed Doom. I was on the way to 100% in that. I 100%ed a few levels, and I beat all of them. And then all my videos went corrupty. So just, but we're gonna see these games through. Let's see, Resident Evil 0. Originally, when I played this game, I never made it past the first puzzle. You know, Claire falls into the thing, and then you have to get her one of the items. I don't know if Billy can fall in there, but when I play, it's always Claire. But you have to get the pharmacy medicine shoot thingy to send a lockpick to Claire. So I did that. I got through it, and I just kept fucking going because I got stuck on that for a little while when I first played the game, and then I just never cared to play the rest of it. But now I'm going, and I killed this lobster thing, dude. Final Fantasy 1, I've never played, so I'm looking for a new RPG, something to sink some hours into. Hopefully this one lasts me a long time. And I was just blown away from the start. Like, I get to choose 4 characters, choose their names, choose I got Mikey, just me, Malekith, J. Cole, and Vespi. I got I'm a black mage, Vespi's a white mage. I think Malekith is the monk, and J. Cole is the warrior? Might have those two flipped. So far, and I know I'm in the beginning, I'm not finding the white mage to be particularly useful. The black mage is slightly more useful. But really, my warrior is just fucking shit up. Like, explosive punchies, explosive nunchucks, like, holy shit. And my monk is somewhere in between. So, I'm having fun figuring out the game. I don't know if you unlock any more party members, but I've never seen an RPG let you pick 4 party members from scratch. Maybe there's something that I'm just not thinking about. But I mean, Pokemon, you get to choose 1 starter. This is like Pokemon if you got to choose 6 starters, bro. That's how this feels. I'm just like, that's crazy. That wouldn't be super fun, though. That would kind of, like, what's the point of Pokemon now? But even in, like, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, you are stuck with those the characters the game wants you to have. But in this one, it's just like, pick your party, embark on your journey, call it a night. Wow. And then Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts. I still haven't left the island just yet, but I'm on my way to doing that. I'm doing a bit of grinding. Not as much grinding as I did before. I just didn't have the patience for it. The island grind is so fucking tedious, so fucking boring. All you can really do is fight Tidus and his friends, then fight Riku, and they just don't net you that much XP. So I grinded up to level 6, and then I called it. I've been replaying Spider-Man, the first PS4 game, kind of my comfort game, and I'm just gonna go through it again. Before I start my Miles Morales playthrough, I guess. And then that one really is a comfort game. And then I've been watching How I Met Your Mother. I haven't done it in a couple of days, but I want to say Wednesday night was last night I watched them. I've just been coming home and I'll get home at like 2 or 3 in the morning because I'm out fucking around or whatever, and not actually fucking around. I wish, but like, I got no game. I have no game. Anyways, I'll come out 2 or 3 in the morning depending on like what if I go straight home it's 11:30, 12 o'clock. If I go to the gym or something, it's 2 or 3 in the morning. And I'll just fucking put on like 6 or 7 episodes of How I Met Your Mother. I'll just sit there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. One time it was 3 hours. Most of the time, an hour, maybe 2, somewhere in the middle. I'll just watch How I Met Your Mother. That show is so fucking good. That one's aged pretty well. And I like there'll be something weird that happens one episode, and you're like, why is that happening? Why does it happen multiple times? Why are they making such a big deal about it? And then like 6 or 7 episodes later, oh, that's why. I already forgot that was even a thing, and now I'm like, doy. Like Barney stealing chicks from Marshall. It's like, why is that happening? And then 6 or 7 episodes later, you find out it's because he's talking to Lily. He's trying to get Lily to come back. I don't know. I find it interesting. I like they really thought about their story. Same cannot be said for How I Met Your Father, allegedly. I haven't seen it. I know Barney's in that, but like, Neil Patrick Harris. But I'm digging the storytelling on this show. I really thought I'd be more reclusive on this vacation. I didn't really expect, like, I've been living it up. Dude, when I was at Chewy's, like, I didn't have much of an appetite for reasons, but I had this awesome fucking chimichanga. I had this appetizer plate. It was fucking delicious. I didn't eat all of that because no appetite, but I boxed it up and I ate it later. But, sorry, I just fucking, like, stubbed my fucking toe. I'm sitting still, so I don't even know how that happened, but that shit hurted. But then, we went to, the second time we went to Pixel Palace, this time I was with she who should not be named at this moment, because I need to stop thinking about her. That's what that's about. And I slammed this fucking burger, I slammed this fucking appetizers, I had some pretzels, I had some pickles, I had some fucking mozzarella sticks, I had this dope ass burger. Shit was fucking delicious. Then I slammed down like 2 drinks. I had the Hack and Slash over there. That shit was good. That place is a great place to be. There's also Bit Bar right down here, but this Pixel Palace is a little bit bougier. But I mean, that's Colleen versus Round Rock, so I don't personally think Colleen is. There's nothing really in Colleen that's like super bougie, except 254. Area 254 is pretty cool. Area, like, that 254 is our area code, but Area 254 is like this Chuck E. Cheese style place. Fucking cool. They got bowling, they got laser tag, I should really do the laser tag one day, but I don't have anyone to go with. I'll bring the homies. I don't know. Truth be told, I'm still pretty scared to start this new chapter of my life, so this was probably what I needed to kind of get my nerves down a little bit. Like, there was only really one day that I spent with her that I couldn't have done that kind of... I couldn't have done that or felt that with anyone else, The rest of it, though, I'm realizing, like, I don't really need her because I got all these other guys. I didn't even mention today we went shooting in the range. We went to this range up in Pflugerville and we just shot. I got to fire this like AK. It wasn't an automatic. It was I guess it was kind of semi-automatic. I don't really know, but all you did was pull this back and just. But it wasn't like. And then I got to have these 2 handguns, and that, man, it was so fun. It was so fucking fun. And so then I got a gun safety talk from my dad. After I got one from my friend. Then I got one from the range guy. Then I got one from my dad. And I'm like, you know, because I always thought when I moved out, I'd get a gun. Just keep myself safe, keep my home safe. Well, today I'm like, dude, I need classes. Like, I thought I could just pick up one and just fire. Just John Wick it, you know? No. No. You really need to know what you're doing. So, yeah. I still want to get a gun. Not going to be right when I move out, though. I will keep weapons around the apartment, though. A katana. I know how to use a katana. Not skilled. Someone who's skilled with katana comes by, I'm fucked. But when an intruder comes by and he's just got a flashlight, I've got a katana. Anyways. So, yeah, no, I don't know, this new chapter, it isn't going to be as difficult as it seems. I will say, I did spend some money. This week, I did spend a lot more money than I ever should have. I still paid all my bills, though. So I'm proud of that. But I can't be doing that when I got an apartment coming up. I'm going to have to pay for that, like $500 a month. So I'm just going to stop buying shit. I gotta freeze my credit card, freeze my credit card real quick so I can't use it. I can only use my debit card. Because I put a lot on my debit card, or on my credit card. I just paid it off too. But it's fine. I'll pay this off next check, because that's all I have to worry about next check. And then I'll pay off, I'll put the rest in savings. And then everything's just going to keep going into savings. I am going to put all of our furniture on the credit card. I'm expecting to go $2,300 on the credit card, honestly. Might just go ahead and buy that gun too. I don't know. I do gotta see how Malik feels about having a gun in the house or the apartment, but I think it's in our best interest. Like, but I'm just thinking, like, what we're gonna need, because we're not gonna have anything. So I figured just put it all on the credit card. I'll just go ahead and get a bed, at least a mattress that I can sit on the floor. I don't need a frame right now because I know that's gonna be expensive. Need a couch. We need 3 TVs. I figure if I'm just gonna put it on the credit card, I might as well just do it all at once and pay it back in $100 increments. Because with that plan, that's $400 a month. I get paid weekly, so it's $400 a month minus $2,300. I should have that paid off pretty quickly. That's 4 months. What's the math? I'm terrible at math. I'm not gonna do it. Can't make me do it. That's 4 or 5 months though, maybe 6. My projection just keeps getting wilder. But no, so it's been really good. I needed this completely. This is the last time I get to hang out with her, was yesterday. So I needed that. And it's easier to close the chapter on us. Hopefully it's only temporary. Hopefully when I see her again, friends is enough. But hopefully when I see her again, she wants more. I don't know. That is my thought process right now. That has to die. I just don't know how to kill it. You know, I'm holding it underwater and it just keeps raising its head above. Maybe that's a sign that it's meant to be. Or maybe it's just... Pardon the interruption. Pardon the dirty room. Where was I? So that thought process has to die. I just don't know how to kill it. You know what happened though? Like, I went and I've done denial. I don't remember the stages of grief, right? But here's what I've been feeling. I did denial for like 2 weeks. That was crazy. That was genuinely crazy. Not the craziest thing though. I'll get to that. Did denial for like 2 weeks. I spent like. Then I did sadness for a week. Then I did anger for about 2 days. Then I circled back into denial for like 2 weeks. Then I did anger for a day. And at some point I thought I hit acceptance, but the more I tried to accept, the more I go back into denial. At first, like, it was like, oh, it's not over, it's not over, it's not over. She just needs a break, she just needs a break, she just needs a break. And then it turned into, I'm like, it is over. But we could try again. And that is not acceptance, that's just another form of denial. So, but I mean, I do genuinely believe it could work out in the future, and I don't think I'm crazy for thinking that. I had a therapist tell me, well, it's a bit different than that. I can't say the exact details, but I had a therapist tell me that it could fucking work out again. The thing is, though, it can only work out again if she wants it to work out, and she doesn't really want it to work out, so it won't work out. But then I'm like, how do I get her to want it? And I can't do that. I can't make someone choose me. So the way to deal with this is distance. I cut her off completely. And that sucks. There is no reason you guys have to cut her off completely. There's no reason my friends have to cut her off completely. Or at all. There's no reason, y'all do you. You do you. My friends are going to do them. And I got to do me. I'm the one who has to do this. No one else. She's a terrific person. That is the fucking problem. She is so good. She made a mistake. She made a really bad mistake. But, like, clearly it wasn't enough to make my image of her change. So it's unfortunate. It kind of like how they say ending on good terms isn't good. But I got the closure I needed to close this chapter. So it will close. It doesn't mean it's easy to do. It's never easy. I got all the answers that I could possibly get. And it still doesn't make sense. But I can't make it make sense. And then, that weird thing that happened is I was leaving on Friday. I keep playing it back in my head. I'm like, that was weird. But also I kind of made it weird, so I don't know. My goal, when I'm putting with the distance, I want to be a better person. I want to be able to love someone better. But I need to love myself better. And I'm hoping that she has the same approach. That way something can work out. But that is never going to work out if that's the way I think about it. So, but even then, now the reason that I'm thinking about it differently is because I want it. So it's just a complicated situation to be in. I don't know how to let go completely. So I'm cutting her out. Because I'm always going to worry. I'm always going to, I wish right now I could just be like, yo, how you doing? That's not happening though. real conundrum that I found myself in. But it's all going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. There's not going to be some crazy... I have my idea of how it's supposed to work out. And that's something I just need to drop. The future is uncertain. I don't know the future. It might put a better option in front of me. Even if I don't like that that's... Because I don't want a better option. But it's not up to me. I need to make the most of what I'm given. I need not even like that. I need to make the most of the hand that I am dealt. I need to make the most of my tools, of my resources, I need to make the most of everything that I do. And that's kind of how I've been living the last couple of days. Like, these are the cards that I have. I'm gonna play them. Even though Friday was a bit of a weird card to play. Totally worth it. But I don't know. It's just the universe. I used to be religious, you know? I kind of lost my faith a long time ago. I thought it was right. I don't know. It was right around the time I found Allie, you know? I've been avoiding saying her name and I just said it. But everything in my life was so fucking awful. I was just like, there's no way any God would put me through this. But the way that I talk about the universe, I'm talking about God, I guess. So I guess I still am religious. But there's a huge chunk of time where I didn't believe in fate, I didn't believe in a plan, I didn't believe in the universe doing things for me. And now I'm kind of seeing, like, there's something going on here. I'm a little uncomfy calling it God, but that's probably what it is. You know, the universe, fate, you know, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. We don't know what it is, but it's the same thing. I can't say that I have, like, absolute faith, and I'm not the type for prayers, but I'm convinced there's a way that all of this is going to work out. I'm convinced that the future is not necessarily written, but that there's something that's pulling these pieces together, you know? And I think the future is 100% whatever we make it. But I also think there's a plan. Plans don't always work, right? But I 100% think that this is going to work out the way it is exactly supposed to. I just don't know what that is. I think I know what it should be, but I don't know what it is. I think that's what's bothering me. Is I had a version of my future written out. And that future died. And now I don't know what comes next, and now I'm just kind of scared. Because I had everything planned out from the start. Not from the start. I had everything planned out for a long time. And this is the one type of thing that I couldn't account for or replan or anything like that. This kind of just, it really, I don't know. I was really banking on everything happening a certain way. And the thought of that future that I thought I had made me so happy. But then for it to crumble the way it did, that stung. That stung a lot. Still stings. Still actively stinging. But you know, it is what it is. I gotta find out how to make the most of what I still have. And I've been doing pretty good. But did my phone tilt a little bit? I've been doing pretty good about making the most of what I still have, I think. But there's one thing. I still have myself. And I haven't been making the most of myself. I just don't know where to start. There are some times, this last, couple of days where I've been on my own and I've been doing my own thing and I've been, watching How I Met Your Mother, which is fucking fantastic. I don't think anyone is ever really happy when they're sitting around and they're bored. Right? Is anyone ever just, well, no, you're not happy because you're bored, right? I mean, is anyone happy and bored? Is anyone ever just doom scrolling on their phone and they're like, I'm so happy? But the thing is, though, that, I just feel depressed when I'm doing whatever now. It's gotten a little bit better. But, I mean, me and Allie used to play, Marvel Rivals, play, Baldur's Gate 3. And I don't want to touch any of that shit. Because my co-pilot's not there with me, my wingman's not there with me. My partner, partner in, I guess the partner sense. So I don't want to touch any of it. Not that I hate it or that I hate her, it's just that, what's the point? This was our thing, and now it's my thing. I've been taking some of the things that I wanted to be our thing and making them my thing. I've been going to this cafe that, she never really wanted to go to. I've been going to it a lot more. And so now it's my thing. I have that. But I don't really know how to take her stuff and make it mine, I did genuinely enjoy playing Marvel Rivals with her and without her when we were together. But now I only want to play it with her. Baldur's Gate 3, I think, is something I could probably get into by myself. Because I like the narrative, I like the story, and I like the choices. But even just hovering over it on my PlayStation, I'm just like, nah. Call of Duty Zombies was one of her favorite things too, and that's something I'm able to do because I did it with Malik the other day. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need some new people to play these things with. But it's just I just don't see the point of anything without her. And that's a dangerous thought. That's a dangerous thought process that I'm trying to kill. There's so much shit about myself that I have to kill. And I have to replace it with something new and something better. Because this is not a part of me that makes me happy, so it's something that needs to be fixed. Right? It's not one of those things that can be accepted. You might have stuff that you hate about yourself that you can accept. Right? I got shit I hate about myself that needs to be fixed. Because the thing I hate about it is that it is inherently broken. Right? Because I had the one-on-one conversation I had with her, there's some stuff about her she doesn't like that maybe she had. Well, she knew this, but she was making me think that she thought it needed to be fixed. Right? There's nothing to fix, it just needs to be accepted. But with me, and I think she knew that, and I'm not trying to speak for her or anything like that. That's just my perspective on it. But for me, this shit that I'm having a problem with is not something you can accept. The shit that I'm having a problem with is fundamentally dangerous to my well-being. That's not something you can just accept. Something that's going to kill me, it's something that's going to keep me miserable, it's something that's going to follow me into any future relationship. It's shit that needs to die and be replaced. And I've been doing pretty good about that. I bought myself some new fucking clothes. Bought myself some. I need to clean this fucking room. I've been making new activities, new patterns, new routines. I want to fucking shape up this room and rearrange everything, but that's too much fucking work, and I'm moving out in a month. So like, but I mean, it all this shit that I'm doing, it still doesn't fix what's broken. It helps. It's definitely not like numbing the pain. It is actually killing the pain. The pain is going away. You know, it's not that I just don't feel it in the moment. It's actually, I'm getting better. But it's not, I don't know, it's just not one of those quick fixes. This is something that I need to actually discuss with a therapist. But you know, some people will see something and they'll think, "Oh man, that's a huge flaw." You know, that's a flaw. Sometimes people look themselves in the mirror and they're like, "Well, look, there's a flaw, there's a flaw, there's a flaw," and it's shit like, it's shit that you just gotta accept. Oh, your nose is too big. Like, you just gotta accept that. I don't personally believe in plastic surgeries and stuff, and I don't think that really helps. Everyone's telling you your nose is too big. Fucking prove them wrong. Why change it? Just prove them wrong. That's kind of a bad example because it's kind of a hard thing to prove. But you need to be comfortable with you. Right? And some people might like that big ass nose, bro. Come on. So I don't personally believe in using surgeries to fix insecurities like that. I guess if you just want to fix that, then like, okay, it's your choice anyways. But you shouldn't do it because someone else thinks that you should. But you know, that to me, that's just something to accept. I'm not like a fucking 10 out of 10, you know? Like, look at this guy. I'm barely a fucking 6. Look at this fucking guy. On a good day, maybe I'm a 7. I could probably bag a 9, honestly, you know? But I am not a 9. Just get lucky. Take the photo with the right angle. Get a nice outfit. This is getting to be a little bit much. Might get rid of this tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I gotta find my fucking razor in this mess. It'd be around here somewhere. Oh wait. Didn't I? It might be underneath all these clothes. But I mean, you know, I look at myself and I don't really see anything I need to fix. I'm not the handsomest guy ever. I do think I need a haircut because the way it's grown in is kind of weird. But aside from getting a fucking haircut, that shit grows back. That shit's not permanent. I don't believe in permanent decisions, but like, you know, but like, you know, there's nothing that really needs fixing here. What he's fixing is my whole fucking personality, honestly. The this inability to just be by myself, this inability to just be with my thoughts. That's the biggest problem here. And the fact that I'm always trying to do something to distract myself. But I will say, it is getting better. It's just not very timely. You know, it could get better faster. Could always get better faster. But that's the situation. What can you do? Not much. You can't do much. You can just take it one day at a time. now that my vacation's officially over and I should be getting to bed soon, it's 3:33 on Sunday, 22 of June 22nd, Sunday, 3:33 in the morning. And I go to work a little earlier today, so wish me luck. It's gone. But no, I mean, I'm getting better. I am figuring out how I'm figuring out how to be happier about myself, and that I'm proud of. I'm taking pride in the fact that I'm on my way to becoming better, but I'm still not there yet. I'm hoping in a couple months I will be. There's some shit I don't like about myself. There's some shit that I don't, but I think I can work on that. I think I can fix. You know, I want to change. I want to be better. I want to make better decisions, and I want to treat people around me a lot better. I don't think I treat people. I mean, I definitely don't treat people the way I've been treated. You know, we'll get into that another time. I think once or twice. I'll just put it this way. A lot of friends have made most of my friends, there's only one friend who really hasn't made a mistake. The same kind of mistake anyways. There's only really one friend I have. And all my other friends, they've made some pretty fucking big mistakes. And I believe in forgiving and forgetting. There's one friend that I have who I don't think I'm ever going to really give him a second chance because I don't know how to forgive him when he's still on his bullshit. I can't even say what he did. I would love to. The only problem is it would implicate another friend who I have forgiven. And I'd love to just air out this motherfucker's laundry, but then it would air out someone else's laundry. So I can't say shit. But like, I believe in forgiving and forgetting, and I believe, they have to earn the forgetting, but I believe in forgiving. You have to work on that trust, and then you can forget. Because you cannot, and even then you never really forget. Like, I still know what these motherfuckers did. But these motherfuckers are also the most valued people in my whole life that I would do anything for. Because they've earned that. I mean, I poured my heart and soul into this motherfucker to get him through a breakup. And then he kind of stabbed me in the back. But we made up. After some time apart, we forgave. And I've pretty much forgotten. I still remember, but I don't hold it against him. And he's earned my trust so many fucking times. And then he is now trying to help me through this time. The way I helped him. And he shared some secrets with me that flipped my whole fucking world upside down, basically. And he didn't have to do that. He could have just said, he'll find out when he finds out. Instead, as soon as they could confirm everything, they sat me down and they told me what happened, and I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And that's where I found out about this other friend's bullshit that he's still on. That was one of the secrets, and I can't say anything else. But fucking ridiculous what this other guy's bullshit is on. And then I had two friends that basically cost me my job and a whole lot of other heartache, but I forgave them. And then some, no contact for almost maybe under a year, something like that. And suddenly, like, I'm not super close with one of them, but one of the other ones I'm really, really close with. And it's crazy, the second time around things got better. I think there's multiple reasons for that, but also boundaries that were set after the fact. I think every relationship needs boundaries, and I think that's where I went wrong with a lot of relationships. Every relationship needs boundaries, and I've never set them. I'm still not great about setting them, but I'm better. But every relationship needs boundaries. They can be unspoken boundaries, but they need boundaries. And unspoken boundaries are kind of kind of a catch-22 because you're not really setting them, and you really need to make sure that everybody knows that they're there. But virtually, at some point, virtually all my friends have stabbed me in the back in some way, but the second time around, you know, it was worth bringing them back into my life and everything, and I'm very, very grateful to have these people in my life. It's just, I don't know, maybe some time apart, you kind of realize, I think some time apart really kind of helps you realize what happened, where everything went wrong. And low-key, that's kind of what I'm hoping for with my relationship. But my relationship's dead. It needs to stay that way. Try again later, but right now it needs to stay that way. The idea is to come back as two brand new people, which it's not gonna happen, right? Not like that. But we'll be two better people. Be better than we were when we left. If we just keep moving forward and figuring out what we need to do. It's a very long-winded video, I apologize, but thank you for watching. I think I already said deuces once, but deuces again. Adios, amigos.